Today, you will hear all sorts of speeches, from the innovative and inspiring to the crazy and chaotic to the sweet and sentimental. And that's a powerful thing, story. The fact that what we say and do can be captured through audio, pen and paper, video, and retold as a story is a beautiful thing, or really scary depending on how you look at it. Typically, the good stories are told and retold again and again, like a grandfather passing down a tale through the generations. Or if there's a favorite book or blog that we like to read, we tend to go back to that author or that creator for more great content. It's because we want to be taken somewhere. We want to let our imagination soar. We want to be transported. Transported. As a communicator, that is something I strive for with each work I create. But in a day and age when we are constantly on the go, attention spans are limited, we're getting pulled in different directions, how do you get people to listen, to get on board and take the journey with you? I used to be a television anchor and reporter. And so often, it's assumed by the public that the louder and crazier someone is, the greater their chances of A, being the story, and B, hey, that makes the story better. How often do you see a reporter going live at a scene with a group of people or a person running into their live shot, shouting obscenities or just being ridiculous so they can be on camera? It's happened to me. Now, in hindsight, was that really the most impactful way to present a story? Yeah, it caught people's attention. I mean, if we see what's in tabloids and on certain cable channels, in some cases, yeah, that makes a story. But is that really what keeps people coming back for more? If I had a nickel for every time I walked into a room with a camera and a microphone and someone yelled, "Hey, put me on TV!" Well, let's just say I'd have a lot of nickels. And you want to know something? The people that clamored for that spotlight rarely, if ever, got the attention they were seeking. As a storyteller, here's a bit of advice. Sometimes the best stories don't come from being the loudest person in the room, but instead from saying nothing at all. We were given 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. When we listen and we shine that spotlight away from ourselves to focus on someone else, that's when the real magic can begin. Because people are interesting. A person's story is more interesting than statistics or metrics because people are relatable. You use a person to set up your story, and you already get people involved. You get them engaged. What makes people tick? Why do they make the decisions they do? We're an interesting species, so when you can use them, it's a good thing. But it doesn't happen in a split second. Sometimes it takes a longer amount of time to find that story, to dig deeper. For the record, stories should follow an acronym I call IMAGINE. They should inspire, motivate, raise awareness, gain an audience. Remember, if we're putting more content out there, good things, people should come back for more. You'll gain a following. They should provide insight and new ideas. What are we telling people that they didn't know before? What's the most interesting thing? Remember 6 questions. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. It's an old journalist trick. But if you can get those 6 questions answered, you already have the framework for building a great story. And remember that. And finally, in our acronym IMAGINE, stories should entertain. That doesn't mean wacky, always means wonderful. But if you can provide people even just a few minutes out of their day to find some humor and some reflection in the stories you create, you've got it made. Speaking of story, a quick one just to recap what we've discussed. I was recently appointed the task of writing a story about an elderly woman who lost her husband. Together, the couple had done amazing things for their community. They traveled overseas, they spoke multiple languages, they paid it forward for future generations. And this story was to show his legacy in hopes of inspiring other people to do similar work. When I arrived at the woman's home, I could tell that I wouldn't secure a good story by filling the air with information about why I was so important or why I was qualified to write this piece. But instead, I turned the spotlight to her, and I began asking questions about their life together. And with every question I had, the woman began to radiate more and more with love for him as the memories came flooding back. And by the end of our time together, I had so much good content that I needed to write this piece, an impactful piece, a piece that touched the heart and hopefully inspired people to take action, to provide insight. So my challenge to you is this. When it comes to storytelling, whether you regard yourself as a writer or not, just a couple of things to keep in mind. Remember that craziness and action happens in a fleeting moment, but the story lasts forever. Listen and choose wisely.